Hello, people. I want to talk to you all about my exchange experience and the knowledge that I could get from it. In 2011, I and my family decided that it would be great if I did an exchange, and I went to the United States. It was before the government of Brazil launched an exchange program for university students to go to every country they want and be there studying for 10 months to 1 year, and everything is paid. The government pays everything. So I had to pay mine because it was before the government of Brazil launched this program. And I decided with my family that it would be great if I worked. I did a program, and later on I discovered that I could study, and I studied English conversation there in the exchange, there in the city where I was doing my exchange. Okay. After that, I had to deal with the agency that helped me um, get the passport and the visa, and they were really very helpful because many of the stuff I didn't know. The stuff that I had to do to get my passport, and go to the consulate in Rio de Janeiro to get my visa, and many of these stuffs that I didn't know, and I was going to have much trouble if I decided to do that all by myself. So after doing that, the day of departure arrived, and I had to travel to the city of Rio de Janeiro to take the flight. I couldn't take the flight here in my city because I live in a medium-sized city, and I live at the border of two states, my state, the state of Minas Gerais, and the state of Rio de Janeiro. So for me to go to Rio de Janeiro was a 2 hour travel to Rio de Janeiro, so I could take the flight. So I took the flight and everything was okay. But when I entered the airplane, I started becoming nervous because I hadn't had this experience in my life. I had not yet traveled by plane. So I was very nervous and really scared in the airplane. But after the takeoff, and when I realized that the airplane was stable in the air, I became calm. And it was very cool and smooth in the airplane, no major troubles. One of the things that I remember is that in the plane I had to watch two movies before going to sleep. And one incident in the airplane that I can remember is that an American woman was sitting next to me, and I asked her if she could exchange seats with me because I go many times to the bathroom. And as I was sitting in the middle, in the middle row, you have three seats. I was sitting in the middle, and I go many times to the bathroom. So I talked to the lady and said, "Can we exchange seats because I go many times to the bathroom?" And she said no. And I said, "Okay." She defined our fate because many times I had to go to the bathroom and I had to wake her up because to go to the bathroom. So she didn't want me to sit in her seat, so I had to wake her up many times. So that was it. She decided that, so the only thing I was left with is to comply with her. Anyway, apart from that, we arrived in Miami, and nobody told me where to go. So what I did, I followed the flux. I saw many people of the same flight going to one corner, to one place of the airport. I did just exactly what everybody did, and we went to the customs. I had in the customs, I had to wait for 2 hours, 2 hours in a queue to have my passport checked, and for the guy in the counter to see if everything was okay. I mean, no major problem, but nobody wants to spend 2 hours waiting, okay? And that was very boring because I had to wait for 2 hours. Okay, after these long 2 hours passed, I went to the luggage claim. And in the luggage claim, I could retrieve my luggage, and everything was right. Uh, Not that much, because after passing through the luggage claim, I had to go to an aisle where guys randomly choose people to check their luggage. And there was a guy that allowed many people pass, but he looked at me and he might have thought that I was a terrorist or a drug dealer, because he spent almost an hour looking at every piece of clothing, everything that I had in my luggage. He checked my notebook, he checked my place where I put my pencils, my pens, even the box of my eraser. My eraser had a box. He opened it and saw if I had anything inside. Okay, he got convinced that I was not a threat to the United States, and he allowed me pass. I was very, very, very angry because I didn't think that I deserved that. But anyhow, I moved forward, went to take my flight, with my second flight, which was supposed to go from Miami to Dallas. And I did that. I went to take my flight, and the American Airlines employee said that I missed my flight, and I said, "Oh, holy God, what can I do now? Do I have to pay to take another flight?" And she said, with a smile in her head, that I wouldn't have to pay, and that everything that happened to me is normal. But I didn't think that was normal, because that guy may have believed that I was a drug dealer, and nobody wants to be confused with a drug dealer. Anyhow, I had to reschedule my flight, and the person that attended me in the American Airlines counter um, rebooked me to another flight that was going to depart in half an hour. And the airport is very big, very long, and I had to rush to go to the gate where the flight was going to be. And in that rush, I I forgot my papers, and I could discover that only when I crossed a mile-long corridor to get to the gate where I would going to take my flight. And I discovered that when the American Landlines employee talked to me and asked about my papers, and I said, "Oh, I don't have them. What had happened?" And I became very nervous, and I couldn't speak English at all. And thank God, and luckily, there were people that spoke Spanish. The only language that I could speak at that time was Spanish. Not because I didn't know how to speak English, it was because I was very, very nervous. And luckily, Mexicans like Brazilians, and that woman uh, felt that I was somebody worth helping. And she returned all the way back to the place I have forgotten my documents. And luckily, I talked to many. After talking to many people, I could come back to the place that I forgot my papers. Um, the place where I passed is a one-way road. You are not allowed to go back, and many security guards of the airport of Miami impeded me from going back because they did not believe that I was telling the truth, that I had forgotten my papers. When I saw a police, and this is what angers me the most, I became pissed the fucking off to a police officer. I saw a police officer in his scooter, very happy, smiling to every corner, and I asked him, "Oh, can you help me? I forgot my papers. I have no documentation at all, and I need to take a flight from here, Miami to Dallas." And he said, "You got me in trouble. I will not help you because if I get involved to your situation, I am the one that's going to be in trouble." And I said, "Mother of God, what is this guy paid for? He's a police officer. He's not paid only for hindering crime. He's paid to help people. But if I had a lot of drugs with me, he would be very interested. But as I didn't have drugs, and as I was somebody wanting help to get back to the place I went through to retrieve my documentation, he did not see any interest in me." And I said, "Oh my God, these police cannot be trusted in Brazil, and police cannot be trusted here in the United States." But anyhow, these people that spoke Spanish with me, they helped me retrieve my documents, and then I could take the flight, and I was very helpful. I was very happy to go to Dallas, and I had a very great exchange program. I worked a lot. I got a lot of money from the work that I did, and I could go to many parties. I could meet a lot of people, and I could be happy. And I studied English conversation in the college. I enjoyed a lot my exchange, but I could have missed that if I couldn't find somebody that was willing to help me. Luckily, I found somebody that could help me, and I had a great exchange. So, this is what I wanted to talk to you all about. I hope you enjoyed that. Bye bye.